bonsoir, chers amis. C'est Deaso et on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour ce 367e épisode, je pense, Genshin Impact. Donc, j'espère que vous vous portez bien. Donc aujourd'hui, nous allons enchaîner notre aventure sur Genshin Impact en continuant les quêtes d'histoire. Voilà. Donc, il y a quand même... ça s'est quand même pas mal raccourci ces derniers mois, je l'avoue. Donc aujourd'hui, j'ai décidé la dernière fois que nous allons continuer par celle de Xiao. Voilà. Vu que après le sentier périlleux qu'on avait fait les 2 dernières semaines, l'événement et quête d'Archon, vu que c'était quand même beaucoup mélangé, l'événement et la quête d'Archon. On a envie d'en savoir un peu plus sur lui. Après, il restera que Ganyu, Yaemiko et Yelan. Pour faire la quête de Yelan, il faut qu'on fasse celle de Ganyu. D'abord. Et puis, il y a aussi celle de Yaemiko aussi. Hop. Bon, let's go. Ne traînons point. Alatus Nemeseos. Acte 1. Papillon en origami. C'est peut-être les environs de l'auberge Wangshu. Et de l'auberge Wangshu est tombé nez à nez avec des Brutocolinus corrompus. Alors qu'un adepte répondant au nom de Céleste, voleur d'étoiles, fait montre de ses talents d'exorcisme assez fidèles. Ah. Vraiment. Ça passe des choses. Vraiment. Ah. Ça a l'air très étrange. Hein. Je vous le cache pas. On va juste en profiter pour récupérer ces fleurs très rares. Il n'y en a que max une vingtaine. Quoique non, je crois qu'ils sont une trentaine, voire quarantaine. Mais bon, c'est pas beaucoup. Hein. Qui poussent en même temps sur toute la carte. Ce serait bien si le jour où ils agrandiront peut-être Liyue encore un peu, qu'ils mettent plus de fleurs. Qui êtes-vous?
Is it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilly trails over there?
Il dégage une énergie inquiétante, c'est vrai.
Paimon thinks so too. We've seen plenty of hilly trails before, and they're always the bad guys. But this is different. Uh-oh. This is right by the Wangshu Inn too. The guests are in great danger! Now that we've seen it, if we don't do anything about it, Paimon will feel really guilty. Let's go take care of them.
Rip.
These super evil hilly trolls are more difficult to defeat than the usual kind too.
Vraiment, j'ai pas remarqué.
Hey, seems like people are gathering over there. Wonder what they're doing. Whoa! See that guy in the mask? He scared off all the hilly trolls.
On dirait qu'il utilise la magie des adeptes.
Oh, you mean like Xiao? Now that you mention it, this guy's mask is kind of similar to the one that he wears. But the magic he was using seemed even more adeptacy than Xiao's. Shall we go say hi?
Parler à l'homme masqué.
Hello! Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Please, if you're here to thank me, there's no need. Cleansing the world of evil is the duty of the Adepti. Think nothing of it. One certainly doesn't. Wait, who are you? One had assumed you were followers, but on closer inspection, it seems that we have not met.
Nous suivons également la trace des adeptes.
My name's Paimon, and this is my sidekick.
Then it is right that our paths coincide. One too shall introduce oneself, for it is good manners to comply. The one before you is the Adeptus, Master of Stars, though one is better known to one's followers as Star Snatcher. One descended from one's mountain abode to cleanse the world of evil, whereupon fate saw fit that our paths should cross. Now, tell me that which you wish for.
Our wishes? Paimon thought that the Adepti and Liyue were just really good in battle. You mean you can grant people's wishes too?
There are different levels of Adepti. Are not the stars loftier than the mountains, clouds, and moon? Yet, it is unbecoming of an Adepti to boast of one's powers. One would have you first speak to one's followers, and only then make your verdict.
Quel puissant, blablabla. Bla, bla. Bon. Parlons aux fidèles, avant de nous faire une idée.
Have you seen the Master of Stars in action? His power truly hails from the divine. I believe that now, there is finally some hope for my ailing father.
Parlez-moi du maître des étoiles.
Watching him use his magic is all the proof you need. A true Adeptus, no doubt about it. Not long ago, I sought some medicine from him on behalf of my ailing father. The difference with Boo Boo Pharmacy's prescriptions was like night and day, I tell you. Once it was boiled and ready, it gave off this really ethereal mist. Seemed pretty adeptal to me. Could have also been because there was mistflower in it, though. Adepti medicine is surely the most potent. My father will recover soon, I just know it. Sure, you have to make some sacrifices if you seek help from an Adeptus like the Master of Stars. I had to give a few antiques as offerings. But my father's life is worth much more than a few old relics, right?
The Millilith don't really need to do shifts when the Master of Stars is around, do they? I'm a merchant, and I had an especially valuable batch of goods that needed transporting recently. So I asked the Master of Stars if he would make the journey with me, as presumptuous as that was. Reason being, monsters run a mile as soon as he so much as holds up his talisman. We didn't have the slightest bit of trouble the whole journey. It didn't come cheap, of course, but then soliciting the services of an Adeptus is a monumental affair. Just look at the Rite of Dissension. So I can accept it, but I doubt that most from outside of Liyue would be willing to.
Madame.
Finally, a life full of hope and purpose. Oh, are you believers too? After my fiancé had been left, I cried every day. But then I turned to the Master of Stars for help. At his suggestion, I started burning paintings of my fiancé and casting the ashes into the ocean at sunrise. I can't explain it, but it really worked. I know in my heart that he'll return. This is not some sort of positive thinking trick. I'm certain of it. I'm so overjoyed that I gave a portion of my wedding budget to the Master of Stars as an offering. After all, if not for him, I wouldn't be getting my fiancé back, in which case I wouldn't need it anyway.
Ouais, on n'est pas convaincu, hein.
What do you think? One's adherents may exaggerate a little, but they speak from the heart.
Je dirais avec leur imagination plutôt.
Surely you jest. There was once a senior adeptus, Xie Wuliang, known to the people as Liangzi. He said this: all things are connected. That which mortals call imagination is merely the bridge betwixt the spiritual and the material. In other words, their wishes are already on the path of transitioning into reality. Does this make things clearer?
Nope. It makes them way more complicated. But basically what you're saying is that their wishes can come true, right?
Indeed. You are perceptive, my diminutive friend.
Okay. So we also have one other question.
Oh? You need but ask.
Pourquoi portez-vous ce masque?
One wanders among mortals, doing good and cleansing evil. One reveals not one's visage to avoid further disturbance to this realm than is necessary.
Ah, got it.
Now then, what are your wishes?
J'aimerais savoir où se trouve mon frère.
One senses that a tragic tale lies behind this wish. So be it. This wish is not beyond one's power to grant. But first, one must see some proof of your faith.
What's that supposed to mean?
The way of the Adepti cannot be grasped from words alone. One must seek the profound truths that lie beyond them. Should you fail to perceive one's hidden meaning, then regrettably, one may lend you no aid.
What do we do? Paimon doesn't understand him at all.
Je crois qu'il veut des moras.
Oh, that's right! Some of those believers mentioned that they had to pay a pretty sum for the Adeptus' help, didn't they? Well, Paimon's not forking over any Mora, and we don't have anything valuable enough on us. You don't even have a vision.
Merci de me le rappeler.
Hey, why don't we make him a tasty snack? No one can resist the temptation of good food, can they?
Personne de ceux qui partagent les mêmes valeurs que toi.
Yep, a tasty snack is sure to work. Why don't we head over to Wanlun Bookhouse and see if they got any new recipes in?
Oh. Allons à la librairie. Est-ce qu'ils ont des recettes? J'avoue que les recettes, ça m'attire. Les recettes. Les recettes. Il a toujours pas fait la quête de la librairie One Man.
So, you'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti?
Yes. Here, and keep the change.
Oh, aren't you generous? Thank you for your patronage.
Hey, isn't that, Star Snapper? What a coincidence running into him again.
C'est le céleste voleur d'étoiles.
Did you hear the name of the book he just bought? Was it Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti? Well, anyway, it was definitely a book about the Adepti. Why would an Adeptus want to buy a book about himself?
Peut-être qu'il est narcissique. Mais il est louche surtout. Hein.
Really? What's so fishy about him?
Pourquoi un adepte aurait-il besoin de Mora?
Huh. That's a good point. None of the other Adepti we've met seemed like they needed anything from anyone. thinks we should check out that book. Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we can use.
So, are you buying or not?
Bonjour madame. L'annonce, qu'est-ce que ça dit? Oui, ne pas faire de bruit, voilà. Ah! Par contre ici, si on lit les livres, il faut les acheter. Contrairement au magasin.
We'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti. Do you have one in stock?
Huh. Since when did that old chestnut become a bestseller? You're a rare breed of youngster if this is what you like to read. But you should be able to find a copy somewhere on that desk over there.
Trouver le livre. Ah, voilà.
This is the one! Let's see what it's all about, shall we?
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3, while the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
This book is about the Yakshas, a group of Adepti who defend Liyue. Seems like a pretty niche topic. Was there anything that stood out to you?
Ben, à propos du dernier Yaksha.
So, there used to be 5 main Yakshas, but supposedly only one of them is still alive today. Do you think that it could have anything to do with that Star Snatcher guy? No, surely not. He doesn't exactly give off the impression that he's been suffering for thousands of years.
À propos des démons.
The book says that the wrathful spirits of the gods defeated during the Archon War can sometimes cause plagues, monsters, or mutations. All of which sound pretty horrendous. Hey, wait a second! Paimon wonders if... Do you think those super evil hilly churls we saw earlier were the mutations that the book's talking about?
Peut-être. Oh, du karma.
The book says that the Yakshas, after fighting against the wrath of the gods for thousands of years, became bound by karma. Poisoned by the hateful thoughts of the gods, the Yakshas would often descend into indescribable fits of terror, rage, or agony. It's so tragic. After everything they went through and all their years of protecting Liyue, they got no reward and had to deal with so much suffering instead.
Y a rien d'autre auquel je pense. C'est bon.
Paimon thinks we've already summed up all the key points. So back to the matter at hand. The things we need answers on are 1, where did those super evil-looking hilly trolls come from? And 2, what does Star Snatcher have to do with the Yakshas, right? Now to head back to where this all started and commence our investigation. Let's part the fog of mystery that hangs over Dwayne Karst and let the truth shine through in its full glory.
Bon, donc on joue au détective maintenant.
To be honest, Paimon actually hopes he is a real Adeptus. His exorcism technique seemed real enough at least. But if we get our hopes up, there's further for them to come down. So it makes sense to investigate thoroughly first, just to be sure. Alright, let's head back to Wangshu Inn!
Antique Liyue, cité pestiférée, aux archons belliqueux paya son tribut. Sur la roche, les vaincus disparurent, et à la terre retournèrent, car il est dit que tout redevient poussière, las. Sans sommeil espérant, leurs âmes formes de démons reprirent. De leur miasme, les démons jaillirent, et ainsi la malfaisance grandit. La terre de la disette souffrit, les eaux de tourbillon s'emplirent, et souffrance fut ton nom, peuple. Aussi il est dit, le mal est l'écho à nous parvenu, de celui qui, dans le divin, s'enfuit. Nombreux furent les fléaux que lui enduira dans les anciens temps. D'aucuns racontent que la guerre incessante des archons en fut la cause, et que les vaincus furent écrasés sous la roche, pourrirent et retournèrent à la terre, le cycle inchangeable des éléments. Les âmes des dieux déchus, amères et vengeresses, ne purent trouver le repos, et, refusant de se rendre, prirent la forme de démons. Leur rage déferla sur les terres, et les maux envahirent les chaumières. Le sol fut tari, les eaux s'agitèrent, laissant le peuple aux abois. Ces mêmes personnes concluent souvent par cette simple vérité que ce qu'aujourd'hui nous appelons démons n'est que la manifestation physique de la vindicte des dieux des fées. Au CA de la roche répondant, l'Yaksha, les démons combattirent, Liyue par les bêtes sacrées protégées, que sans coup férir et défendirent. Les cinq au pouvoir dominant, Posacius, Indarias, Bonanus, Ménogias, Alatus. Au combat se jetèrent, la peste anéantissant, le monde, les Yaksha les appela. Le seigneur de la roche invoqua les Yaksha à rejoindre sa guerre contre les démons. Les Yaksha étaient des bêtes sacrées féroces, violentes par nature, inégalables en combat. Les 5 Yaksha les plus puissants étaient Bosacius, Indarias, Bonanus, Ménogias et Alatus. Ils suivirent à maintes reprises le seigneur de la roche à la bataille, venant finalement à bout du mal rampant sur ces terres. Et les appela par la suite simplement les Yaksha. Les Yaksha, le souverain de la roche, protégèrent, et une multitude de démons vainquirent. Or vient le jour où les Yaksha à leur tour tombèrent sous l'affliction du mal. La rage emporta les uns, la folie de la peur les autres. Contre eux-mêmes, ils se battirent, et plus d'un céda à sa propre folie. Les 5 grands, 3 périrent, un disparut, le 5e prévalut, et le 5e était Alatus. Les Yaksha protégeaient le souverain de la roche et affrontaient toutes sortes de catastrophes tombant sur le monde pendant de nombreuses années. Mais le jour vint où même les Yaksha durent payer le prix de leurs actes. La corruption ancienne vint à les empoisonner. Certains cédèrent à une rage aveugle ou à une peur indescriptible. Certains se retournèrent contre eux-mêmes et s'affrontèrent. D'autres tombèrent dans la folie de l'esprit. Et ainsi, 1000 ans plus tard, 3 des 5 étaient morts. Le 4e avait disparu, comme de nombreux autres Yaksha avant lui. Seul Alatus survécut à cette ère. Alatus, roi aux ailes d'or, dompteur de démons. De son origine comme de sa fin, nul n'a connaissance. Seulement lors de l'offrande des lanternes à la nuit de printemps, son éclat domine les pierres de Guyun. Alors le peuple dit « Oyez, le gardien Yaksha terrasse les démons. » Alors des marées retentit la flûte, mais nul n'est vu en jouer. Alors le peuple dit « Ses frères, le Yaksha appelle. » Alatus est connu sous le nom de roi aux ailes d'or, ou encore dompteur de démons. On ignore son origine et nul ne sait ce qu'il advient de lui. Chaque année, lors du festival des lanternes, le peuple de Liyue, embrassant du regard l'air flottant sur la forêt de pierre de Guyun, a coutume de dire « Oyez, le gardien Yaksha terrasse les démons. » D'aucuns prétendent entendre alors le son d'une flûte venant du marais d'Iwa, mais personne n'a jamais trouvé l'origine. Ils disent alors le Yaksha appelle ses frères. Telle est l'épreuve du don divin indissocié. Qu'amis proches ou alliés, il faut se séparer, que rédemption n'est accordée, et que consume à jamais rage comme folie. L'ennemi du mal ancien devenu, l'espoir doit abandonner, et pour toujours le tourment embrasser. C'est ainsi qu'il est dit que l'âme bénie par des pouvoirs surnaturels ne peut qu'avoir une destinée vouée aux épreuves et à la destruction. Car le Yaksha a perdu tous ses proches, frères comme famille, ses compagnons de combat ne sont plus. Sa dette karmique grandit avec les actes auxquels il était de par son destin tenu. Et en son cœur, l'amertume et la rage grandirent, la laissant sans répit. Le tourment dévora son âme tel un loup affamé, et l'éternité entière n'aurait point suffi à l'apaiser. Hop. Profite un peu pour lire des trucs de temps en temps. Bon. Voyons voir Mister Masqué. Hop. Tiens.
Flee at my command, foul demons! Flee! Why won't you flee?
Uh-oh. Looks like Star Snatcher's in trouble. And there are innocent bystanders here, too. We have to step in.
Oh là là.
Windblade.
Oh, I don't get it. Why didn't the Sigil of Permission do anything? Has the evil aura of these hilly churls grown in intensity?
Sigil of Permission, huh? Now why does that sound familiar?
C'est la carte de libre accès au karst Juyun.
Right! It's a keepsake of the Adepti, so it must still contain traces of their power. No wonder he was able to scare those monsters away earlier.
What are you two babbling on about? One is merely underslept, meaning that one's adeptal power is not in full flow. Were one but given another opportunity...
Well, as it happens, there goes another bunch of evil hilly churls over there. Should we leave them to you then?
One suddenly feels ill at ease. Surely one has overexpended one's adeptal powers. Otherwise, one would surely purge these infernal beings at once.
So you were just bragging after all. We were right to be suspicious. Come on, Traveler. Looks like it's up to us. Use your elemental sight and hunt them down.
Bon. Regarde les Yaksha douteux. Ouais. Bon, les Brutocoinus corrompus. Ils sont où? Ah bah tiens, bonjour. Je n'ai pas corrompu, mais...
Illusion shattered.
Mais bon. Allez. Voilà.
I'll keep this close.
On récupère un petit coffre. Ah bah non. Je vois que monsieur est déjà passé.
Demons again. No wonder. Paimon was just wondering who could have made such short work of these hilly churls.
Yo, salut.
It's you. I remember you. I was purging some living beings that had been tainted by the demonic. It would appear that I have caused you some trouble.
Huh? He isn't usually this polite. What's going on? But you are exercising demons! How is that causing trouble?
That is because the changes that occurred in these monsters stem from me. Or more precisely, from the karma I have accumulated.
Mutations? Karma? Does that mean...
Ah, Xiao est donc le dernier Yaksha?
Yeah! Paimon remembers that Xiao is also called the Vigilant Yaksha, isn't he? So that means... Oh...
Ah.
Xiao!
On a lu les Yaksha, gardiens adeptes.
I see. You must mean that piece of literati fan fiction from a few hundred years ago. All things are impermanent, and to exist is to suffer. We Yakshas have no need of sympathy or tears. My comrades who have passed on would see your tears as a stain upon their legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It matters not. In any case, I am on my way to purge a cavern of demonic influence, so we shall part ways here.
Wait! Take us with you! We'll be a big help! Paimon promises!
No need. I am used to fighting alone. And in any case, these mutations originated from me to begin with.
Well then... Oh! Consider it Paimon's penance for being accidentally rude just now! Please?
Well,
Il a culé.
Come on then.
Il a culé. Vraiment avec ses yeux de chou.
So, Xiao, you've been suffering from the bad karma all this time?
Suffering is my price to pay for eons of endless slaughter. I have come to accept this. But in recent years, other living things have suffered, when the burden should be mine alone to bear. I must reflect on this.
C'est bon, il a fini?
Finish your preparations, and we shall enter. We should not leave those monsters be for too long.
Let's go! La caverne du karma. Des monstres corrompus par le mal se sont rassemblés ici. D'après Xiao, ces mutations sont dues à l'influence de sa propre dette karmique. Go! C'est moi où on avance très rapidement dans cette quête. Déjà le donjon.
Ooh, this place gives Paimon goosebumps.
I will use the ritual known as the Bane of All Evil to relieve this place of its karma. You must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods. Disappear!
Effet spécial. La concentration de karma divin présent dans la région permet à Xiao de maintenir Fléau du Mal activé en permanence, ce qui lui fait perdre des PV de façon continue. Ça lui permet également de récupérer des PV lorsqu'il inflige des dégâts. Ah. Juste pour voir. Lance de jade ailée. Ok, c'est bien ce que je me disais. C'est l'ancien rituel royal. Est-ce qu'on va y arriver?
Right? Paimon's just realized that you only wear your mask when you're fighting the bad guys. But that Star Snatcher guy wears his mask the rest of the time too.
Star Snatcher? I am aware of no Adeptus by such a name.
So he is a fraud! Well, we'll continue this discussion later. You should focus on your battle for now.
Useless.
Hop, 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 hop. Nous n'avons pas d'autres méchants. Pas de coffre non plus. Hein. Ah, celui-là. Traînons pas trop. Hein. Nouvelle vague ennemie approche. Bim bim bim. Deuxième vague sur 3. Non, troisième vague sur 3. Ouais, c'est bon, il a plus de bouclier.
It is good that we came here. An unusual number of living things had fallen under infernal influence. Had we not arrived in good time, the consequences would have been unthinkable. Now, this Star Snatcher you speak of. What is...
Ooh, Paimon will tell you.
An Adeptus who grants wishes. To think that people could be so easily deceived by such blatant lies.
As an Adeptus, do you have the power to grant wishes, Xiao?
The Liyue of yesteryear would never ask the Adepti for boons unearned. Millennia ago, the ancestral people of Liyue asked for nothing more than the strength to defend the land they called their home.
To be honest, an Adepti who grants people's wishes is probably more appealing to people nowadays.
However feeble people nowadays may be, they are not my concern. I concern myself only with following Rex Lapis's original decree.
Oops, Paimon spoke without thinking again. Oh, one more thing. That fake Adeptus has a sigil of permission. It's what he uses to exorcise demons.
Wait, truly? Fool. Exorcising demons without exterminating them. It is no wonder they have been congregating here. If this continues, things may spiral out of even my control. We must confiscate his sigil of permission.
Je lui donnerai bien une bonne leçon d'abord.
Great minds think alike! Paimon agrees. We've got to show that trickster what you get for trying to fool us. And it just so happens that we've got a real Adeptus with us too. If Xiao were to teach Star Snatcher a lesson, you can bet he'll never dare to pose as an Adeptus ever again.
No. I only slay demons. I do not kill mortals.
Who said anything about killing him?
It would certainly benefit Liyue if we could convince him to cease his wicked ways. I possess an art called Dream Trawler. It is normally used to separate the soul from the body, that one might cultivate oneself in a waking dream. But it can also be used to call forth the spirits of others.
Whoa. Now that's a real Adepti art for ya.
C'est comme ça qu'on transmet des visions dans les rêves.
A ritual must be performed for this art to be used. Assist me in gathering a few items. A censer, 7 lamps, and something to reduce the temperature.
Reduce the temperature. Oh, some mist flowers will probably do, right? But as for the censer and the 7 lamps... probably not the kinds of things they're gonna just stumble across in the wild.
Do you know of the 2 Yaksha statues that stand guard beside a merchant road on the southern face of Mount Tianheng? The ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yakshas. You should still be able to find some ceremonial items there. Once you have found them, meet me at the Yaksha statues after nightfall, and I will teach you how to use this art.
Ah. Ah, ça va être marrant, ça va être marrant. Hop, le coffre. Je regarde juste. Hein. Je regarde. Ah oui, c'est vrai, on va pas grimper. Tout ça pour des coffres. Hein. Tout ça pour des coffres. Mais je crois qu'effectivement, il n'y a rien. Je suis à ne pas tomber. Hein. Bon. Pour la première moitié de l'épisode, de cette quête, ça se passe plutôt bien. Non, je vais appuyer sur Z, pas sur A. Bon, tant pis. On a mis une sautornade sauvage de la nature. C'était pas bien grave. Bon, chers amis, on va donc se laisser là-dessus. On se retrouvera donc pour la suite, évidemment, dans quelques heures. Si j'arrive à sortir quand je veux. On se retrouve donc bientôt pour la suite. Et en attendant cette dernière, n'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce bleu, à vous abonner, à commenter cet épisode ainsi que les autres. Allez les regarder, hein. Ça vous a donné le courage, parce que bon, c'est quand même 360 épisodes, même plus maintenant. En tout cas, je vous dis donc au revoir et à bientôt pour la suite. Ciao!